Kevin, after the enjoyment you had on Friday, being brought back down to earth with a bump today, a 4-0 home defeat by a admittedly pretty good-looking Gloucester City side, but I don't think there was an awful lot out there from your own team that you were too pleased to see.
No, I think when you look at the game overall, and it's come down to big moments, and we've not been guilty of allowing the opposition easy starts in games, and within a minute we're loose and switched off and not where we need to be. It's far too easy a goal for them to take the lead on. But then we have a similar moment ourselves at the other end, 10 or 15 minutes later, where side foot in front of the goal, it's really got to end up in a goal. So there's examples at both ends of the field where we've got to go and do better. If we draw level at that moment, then again, they're not in the comfort zone that they found themselves. But I thought a lot of what happened in between in the first half, two sides having a go for it. I'm not making excuses for us. We were poor overall, and the scoreline is where it is for a reason, and we allowed the game to move away from us. I think the final 10 minutes of the first half, at 3-0 at half time, it's a really difficult place to find yourself. And again, lads out there, some having a real go, and it's not been backed up by a good few others in the team, unfortunately. And it made for a long afternoon, and one I can only apologise to the supporters and the people of Telford, because it's just not acceptable.
Sure. It was a difficult afternoon. I'd say, to find yourself 3-0 down at half time is, not somewhere that you ever imagined that you would be, but that's where it was. And you didn't really have an awful lot of scope to change things either, did you? Your options a bit limited today.
Yeah, we've said on, again, too many occasions, haven't we, through the course of the season, with the big players that we've got missing. There's half a dozen today that you would have found it. Certainly, some of those would have been in that side and strengthened it and just giving the whole thing a better feel. Look, that's where it is. Players are out there, have got an opportunity to showcase what they're all about, and really nail themselves to a position and their place in the side. And like I say, there's several in there that haven't really done themselves any favours, if I'm honest. But we have to, again, say great credit to Gloucester. Sharper, stronger, fitter than us, more powerful than us. Finished the good moments that came along in a better way than we did. We've known we're not the most physical side. Tried to improve it through the course of the season. Unfortunately, certainly got found out on that front today.
Sure. Saturday, you wait to Kidderminster Harry, as you will have Harry Flowers and Luke Burke available for that again, so that does give you a little bit more option. Obviously, when you concede 4 goals at home defensively is one that you are looking at that area of the field, but it kind of felt like it was almost everywhere today, really.
Yeah, I think there's not a department really that you could say, well, we got the better of, really. Gloucester were better than us from top to bottom. We haven't given Joe a lot of protection in goal. in goal. And yeah, look, it's a long afternoon for everybody, and it spoils what could have been a fantastic weekend for us. I know we're still bottom of the league and trying to bring a bit of pride to what we are, but we certainly didn't do that today. And as I said to the lads in there, some of them need to change their behaviours outside of what they do when they come to the football club, to get an improvement out of themselves and really be able to compete at this level. And that's down to them at the end of the day. Some will want to, some won't. But there's certainly enough, I think, enough knowledge within the management group to help them and assist them along the way. But it's them that, they've got to show that bit of discipline and desire. And time will tell, won't it? But certainly today was really difficult, and one we'll hopefully try to forget.
Sure. I know you've been out looking at a few Step 3 games as well to get a sense of the world that the club is going into, and as much as we talk about the standard, and it's not going to be any easier down there, is it? There's some hungry sides down there.
Very hungry sides, yeah. Albeit at that level it doesn't happen quite as quick as it does at our level. It's not quite as physical. Probably bits and pieces aren't quite as professional as perhaps this level requires. But I think to be successful in it, the standards have got to be right up where the level of this of step 2 to be successful in it. And players that are capable of stepping up week in, week out, that aren't happy just to win a game, lose a game. That's not where we want to find ourselves. That's not where I want to be. And yeah, as I've said to you previously, Rich, we need to understand what players are capable of dealing with. And off the back of a terrific Friday result, I certainly expected a bit more today. But look, you're learning about players all the time and understanding players all the time, I think, and making a view and taking a view on certain players and what they're capable of working to.
Okay, Kevin, really appreciate your time. We'll just be training once this week, or?
Yeah, we'll get together Thursday now. Obviously in preparation for the Saturday game. So yeah, look, we can only try to move things forward by getting together, being positive on Thursday, and making sure we're taking some positivity into a really tough game at Kidderminster on Saturday.
Okay, really appreciate your time, Kevin. Thank you. Cheers.